Hey guys, how's it going? It is Smalls Gaming and we are back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be covering the PP Bizon. So here's the build, and then in the gameplay I will explain why I'm using these attachments. And I'm very late on this just because I buy the first year of the battle pass and I just grind it out. So it kind of took me a while just to unlock it, max it out, find a great build. So it does take quite a while, but other than that, let's get straight into the video. Hey guys, how's it going? We just made into the match, and the first attachment that we're going to be using is no stock. So no stock actually increases your ADS speed, ADS movement speed, and your movement speed overall. So I like to put no stock on every SMG possible unless the SMG doesn't have no stock, and if it doesn't, I'll just put on combat stock. And if you want more ADS movement speed, I would recommend the not the combat stock, it's called the skeleton stock, which increases your movement speed by like 20% or something. But I like to run no stock. Next up is granulated grip tip, which increases your bullet spread accuracy and allows us to take longer range fights as well. Next up is gonna be the laser tactical, which increases our ADS speed and bullet spread accuracy. The next attachment is the large caliber ammo, which increases your damage, and it does decrease your range by 20%. So we're gonna be using this other attachment that is gonna help us get that range back. But the large caliber, I think, is pretty great, and you're not losing any bullets, and the gun already has a 64 base mag. So next up, we're going to be using the monolithic suppressor, which increases our range by 25%. So you're going to get your 20% range back, and you're going to get a 5% extra increase. So that's actually kind of good. So there you go, that is my build. And this SMG is actually kind of mobile, especially when you put that skeleton stock on. But it's very fast. You're gonna be moving around the map a lot quicker. So I would say not movement speed, the strafing speed is a lot like the pre-nerf QQ9 when it first got buffed. So it is actually pretty fast. And the fact that you can put, I would say you can put an extended mag of 84 bullets, so you're gonna get 20 extra because the gun already has 64 bullets. And luckily it's balanced. It's not OP, but it's decent. It's not the best, but it will compete, but not against like the QQ9 and stuff. But this gun is great. I like it. Iron sights are great. Basically non-existent recoil. You can literally take fights up to probably 40 meters with your recoil still being pretty controllable. You're not going to have trouble fighting at longer ranges with that recoil pattern that you're going to have, because it's pretty much vertical. And this SMG, when I was using it, I was actually having a ton of fun with this. And one of the attachments, or I would say attachments you cannot use are underbarrels, which is something like the Strike foregrip or Operator foregrip. And luckily we're not missing out on much just because the recoil is actually pretty easy to control. It's not super hard like the ASFL, where it's pretty uncontrollable at those longer ranges. But the PP Bizon is actually really fun, and the fact that it has a 64 base mag just makes it a lot funner. You don't have to reload as much. And I kind of want to try this out for BR, and I don't know if it's going to be good. I'll just probably build it for hipfire. And the hipfire on this isn't really great, so you can put the 5mW laser if you do want to have a little bit of more hipfire accuracy. And if you don't want to use that large caliber A mag, it is completely fine. Personally, I feel like the time to kill is a lot slower, but not too big of a difference. But it's still pretty fun having 84 bullets if you do put that extended mag, where it gives you 20 extra. And it's just really fun to use. I really hope it is part of the meta in BR, but I really hope not, because the AK-47 just is. But this gun is just really fun. The movement speed is pretty fast. I don't find it an issue like the GKS, because the GKS does have one of the slowest SMG's mobility. So it's just really fun to use. And I think the iron sight is great too, so you don't really need to use a red dot. So if you do like using red dots, I don't think you're gonna really struggle unless you're using this for long range, but it is an SMG, so I don't think you're gonna be wanting to take fights at those longer ranges. But it's just really fun gun to use. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be meta. It is gonna get outgunned sometimes by the QQ9, because the QQ9 and the QXR are the best SMGs at the moment, but I think it can compete with the QXR. But I think the QXR is just a lot better if you do want range on an SMG, just because it's just a lot better. You're gonna probably do more damage. You can take the fights longer range. This just gun is basically like an ICR of SMGs. Low recoil, low damage, and still pretty viable. So if you don't want to use the QXR, you just want to switch the game a little bit, you can use the PB Bizon, but I definitely don't think it's going to be meta for a while unless that QQ9 gets a small nerf, because it does get outgunned by a lot of guns. And I think this gun does perform better than the M4, because the M4 is just one of the worst ARs in the game. I think it can compete with the RCR a little bit, maybe not the Man of War, definitely not the meta guns. It won't compete a lot unless they really miss their shots. And if you pre-fire, you're gonna be doing a lot better, just because you probably get that kill off if you know exactly where they're going. So unless they're not using dead silence, I think you're gonna be pretty good. If they are, you might struggle a little bit, but this gun is just really good. It's a great addition to the game. Unlike the ASVAL, it's pretty viable as well. Its recoil is not that hard. So I think that's gonna be the end of this video, but I just want to say, make sure to go check out my social medias down in the description. I have a Instagram and the Twitter. Just make sure to check those out. And I really want to unlock that tier 50, because that skin is really nice. This battle pass in general has been really good, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
It's that good feeling, show me you're with it. Iced out watch, now she knows I'm winning.